say, I wish I did this, I wish I did that.
Right.
Because the hurt is more powerful than the gain.
Right.
Because if I lost that insurance money, now instead of living with the thought of I should have bought Polly and lasted for 5 to 10 minutes, if that money had dissipated, I have to live with that now for 6, 8 months to a year because the money's gone all of next year. So think about the risk and reward.
Right.
I beat myself up for 2 days, or I beat myself up for 9 months. I said I ain't beat myself up for 9 months.
Right. Yeah, you got to be smart.
Yeah, but I don't think silver's going to be the ticket. I really don't.
Wait.
I don't think silver will be the ticket in 15 years. Vinny, if you're looking for long term, all right, and if I was you, I'd sit down and talk to your mother. And I'll tell you why I say that. All right? And I'm not going to use the numbers that they're supposed to be used by. You got to read in between the lines, okay?
Right.
Paper money's being transferred into digital money. You know it and I know it. How long it's going to take, I don't know, okay?
Right.
The people that are running the country, I think there's going to be a turnaround in November, which will stop a lot of this radical shit, which is good, okay?
Right.
But all it's going to do is put the brakes on it, okay? The more coal mines we stop, the more we go after fossil fuel, the more China's going to build cobalt. They want every battery operated. For God's sakes, cobalt comes from the Congo. Who do you think runs the Congo? The Chinese.
Oh, Christ.
The Chinese, 90% of it.
Oh, boy.
And they're opening a coal mine, one coal mine a week. You know, we used to have somewhere around, I think it was refineries, 530 refineries back in the 70s. We're down to 130 refineries, Benny.
What the fuck? Well, okay.
And they're wondering why we can't refine oil. They're closing them down. And Manchin, between me and you, he got bamboozled. He got played like a friggin' fiddle. Like a fiddle. But getting back to what I just said a minute ago about discretionary spending, do you remember who I was talking about? Don't say it.
Fuck, I lost you.
Well,
no. Who
I said you should sit down and talk to somebody because of discretionary spending.
Okay.
All right? Remember I said cash is going to be going to digital, blah, blah, blah?
Yeah.
If I was you, I'd sit down and talk to your mom. All right?
Right.
Stop at a coin dealer on home from work every Friday and pick up 2 or 3 silver coins and just put them away and forget about them.
Right.
Just forget about them. If you got discretionary cash to do something like that over a course of 5 or 10 years, do you know what that's going to be worth to you in, say, 30, 40 years from now?
Oh yeah. And you know, I already got the silver, but I'm thinking about buying some more.
Vinny, listen, it's a long-term play, okay? A long-term play. All right, it's a precious metal, just like you need a place to live. That's why rents are going through the roof. But rents are going through the roof more. Guess what? Boise, Idaho. Could you imagine the rents in Boise, Idaho are higher than they are in San Francisco and New York?
Well, Idaho's a pretty nice fucking state, and the other places are shitholes, if you ask me.
Yeah, well, people are moving away from the coastlines because they know they're getting overplayed. But if you're a tech guy, and you had to work in an office building in New York or in Silicon Valley or in an office every day, you had no place to live but in New York or in San Francisco.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But now they've got the same shit you got. You can work. You could probably come to my house today with your computer and your boss wouldn't even know where the hell you were.
Right.
And that's a good thing. But keep in mind now, these people aren't stupid either. They make you come to the office 1 day a week for camaraderie. They want to keep you involved with the people you work with. But the truth is, they want to make sure you don't move. But they're not going to tell you that. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. I agree. 100%.
Think about that one, Vinny. I mean, that's something a lot of people don't think about. You follow what I'm saying? Yeah. But look at the money you save. My ex-wife, when she used to go to work every day, all right, now you're a little bit more relaxed than she was. She had to go into the city. She had to wear like a business suit or something. And if you went into the office, you'd probably put on a collared shirt, and I don't know if you'd go walking in there with sneakers on or a hoodie, but you would have you'd have at the end of the week, you'd have like dry cleaning bills, or you'd have maintenance on your clothes and blah, blah, blah. So just by people staying home, they're saving somewhere around $70, $80 a week. That's like getting a raise. You follow what I'm saying? That's why a lot of people today, I think, have discretionary spending. And that's why the economy isn't slowing down as fast as it should. But it's going to. Wednesday and Thursday this week is the PPI and the CPI. I'm interested in that. But next month, after Labor Day, that's going to be the ticket. So if you want to play with something, I think you're going to get another run on the market. If you took 10 grand, I guarantee you within 2 or 3 weeks, you'll be pulling 11 grand out of it. There's no doubt in my mind. And I don't care if you throw a dart at half of them.
Right. That's what I'm saying. But what about gold now? What about gold? Better than silver or worse, you
They're
think?
going to keep gold deflated because we're not on the gold standard, Vince.
Right.
We're not on the gold standard, okay? We're on, what do you call it? The tech standard. They're funding money to the tech companies. Tesla. I think Tesla's in for over $1,000, $1,050 within 2-3 weeks.
Christ almighty.
No matter what happens to Twitter, either way.
Oh my God. I mean, this is almost reminding me of the times that you used to call me and, you know, when they wouldn't raise the interest rate and you'd say, just go for it. You know, this is kind of what I'm like getting reminded of. It's like, before they open the gates.
Powell's not voting on the interest rate this month.
At this point, I don't. Does it even fucking matter? I mean, they're just gonna keep passing.
It hasn't set in yet. It hasn't set in. They're hoping for 50. Vinny, they're hoping he tapers. Unemployment went down last week. Unemployment's supposed to go up with inflation.
Dude, Uncle, I'm telling you, you were saying, they have to do this, they have to do that, but they're kind of fucking up in every way that, like, you could imagine.
They're going up 0.75 for the next two terms. And they ain't tapering. Wall Street's pushing the narrative, Vinny. If you were selling hot dogs, you'd be bashing hamburgers. If you were selling stocks, you'd be bashing annuities. They're bashing the interest rate. They're trying to send a message to Powell that you can't do this. They're lying to Powell. Powell's going to screw this up. You ain't coming in for a soft landing. It ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen because the inflation rate is at 9%. Even if it comes down to 8%, what's he going to do? Soften the interest rate back down to 0.25? The economy is going to slow down. There's no doubt in my mind about that.
Yeah. I just might take till next year or something with these spending,
Vinny? Yeah. Everybody was hoping by the end of the year.
It ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen.
Yeah, and I knew that. See, the government is gone now for about 3 weeks. The stock market can't run on good and bad news when the government's shut down. If Biden stayed in his basement 18, 19 months ago, he stayed in his basement, the economy today would be better off with a president that was make-believe. If you put Donald Duck in the White House, I think the economy would be better off today. Because he can't screw up. Do you know this guy 3 times now? Last week again, he called himself the vice president.
Oh, Christ's sakes.
Vinny, it's the 3rd time.
Oh,
he called Kamala Harris the president of the United States.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, boy. Well, okay, so silver over gold. What about, I just see long-term inflation, man. Like, it's just going to, is it going to end in riots? Like, protest? How's it end? Because the inflation is going to stick around to at least 6% for, at this rate, at least
well, everything
18
that's
months.
going on is a good thing. Now, listen, when I get off the phone, I left you a note 2 weeks ago. I hope you don't ignore these notes I leave you, these messages. They're coming from God. Don't ever ignore them. The Bible verse I gave you that day in the house on the porch was the wrong Bible verse.
Right.
I put a note on the passenger side car of your girlfriend's car. Did you know what that note meant?
Yeah, she
Did
knows
you
all
ever
that
look it
shit.
up?
Yeah, I looked it up.
Okay, well, I'm going to send you another one tonight. Not tonight. When I get off the phone with you. I found one last night that blew me the frick away. Blew me away. And I want to send it to you.
Okay.
All right, now, I read over it for 10 years. It didn't mean nothing to me. But now it's like as clear as the bell, as clear as the pimple on my nose.
Nice. Okay, yeah. Okay.
And whatever's going on in this world today, this is all good stuff, Vinny. If you're a believer in God, it's all good.
Yeah, I just can't believe. I thought it would be like, okay, we're going to fix it for a little bit and then we'll just get back to it. They're doing a spending bill for inflation. I mean, I can't, it threw me off guard, and, it happens to the best, I assume.
Vinny, it's as stupid as, all right? If you're driving down the street and get a flat tire, and you get a flat tire in front of a tire store, okay? And your girlfriend lives a half a mile away. You take the car and drive it to your girlfriend's house to pick up a credit card to drive back to the tire store to buy a tire. And now you ruined a tire and a rim. Instead of dropping the car off and just walking to get the credit card. These people have zero common sense. And I'll tell you why. They're blinded, Vinny. They're totally blinded. It's as simple as this. And you can't tell me this never happened, because I know it happened. Because if it happened to me, it happened to you. Why? Because you're human and I'm human. You got the blood, I got blood. You got a heart, I got a heart. You got two eyes, I got two eyes. You were made by God, I was made by God. Have you ever opened a drawer looking for something and you can't find it? And you ask your brother where it is, he opens the same drawer and it's right in front of your face?
Yeah.
How does that happen? Think about how silly. It don't mean nothing, because as soon as your brother tells you where it is, you forgot about what you did. You were looking for something, staring at it, and you didn't see it.
Right.
Now I'm talking about maybe a knife, or a scissor, or a paper clip, or some Scotch tape. And I know I just hit on one of them, or a screw, or a screwdriver, or the keys to your car. One of them, three or four, or your credit card. And your brother opens the same drawer, or your mother opens the same drawer when you were living there. And there it is, right in front of you. Do you think it magically appeared, or you think it was there all the time?
There all the time.
In other words, you were blinded because your mind was distracted. You knew what you were looking for, but you were thinking of something else. It's all a psychological play on your eyes.
Right.
This is what these people in Congress do. They have a main goal to do something. So they look for what they think will fix the problem when they're not thinking about the real problem. And that's how they're blinded. They don't see the truth in front of them.
Right.
And it's a very simple expression. The truth shall set you free. People think that's just a cliche. It's not. Discernment is the truth. I told you, you had the gift of discernment.
Mm-hmm.
You see things that are true for what they are. That's a gift from God. Look at Tiger Woods. He might be as dumb as a rock, but he got a gift from God to play golf.